Good evening, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at finding values using function graphs. The key idea is the x value and the input are located on the x-axis, and the x-axis is right here along the horizontal line. The y value and output are located on the y-axis, which is this vertical line here. And what we're going to be asked to do is to find x values when y are given to us and find y values when x values are given to us. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Here we're asked on the first question, plot the point on this function with an x value of 5. So what they're saying is, when x is 5, what is y? So x is 5 right here. And you could say, okay, well, it's 0, or it's 1, or it's 2. The only problem with that is the graph, which is the drawn portion of the function, doesn't exist here at 1 or 2. But the graph does exist here at 4. So if this kind of following the lines, kind of like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do with that, what I would say is go over to wherever you see your x value or y value, whatever they're asking for, and actually write the ordered pair. So this ordered pair would be 5, 4. Well, 5 is x and 4 is y. So the y value would be 4. Let's move on to the second one here. It says, plot the point on this function with the y value of 5. So remember, the y value is found along this vertical line. So I'm going to find 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is 5. Well, I'm going to take my pen and run it over until I see the graph, which is the drawn line. And then once I see that, I'm going to put my point there, and then I'm going to look down to see what number corresponds with my x value. And it's 7. So I could write this ordered pair as 7, 5, because we always write the x first. So the x value is 7. Let's continue on. Here we have what we call a quadratic function. We'll be looking at quadratics a little bit later on in the year. So we've got plot the point on this function where the y value, with a y value of 5. So again, we're going to go up on our y-axis until we found 5. So 5 is right here. We're going to go across until we hit the graph, which is the purple drawn figure. And here the ordered pair would be, well, this looks like 7. So the ordered pair would be 7, 5. And they're asking us what is the x value. So the x value again would be 7. Here we've got plot the point on this function with an x value of -4. Maybe it's kind of hard to see that negative there. So we're going to find -4 on the x-axis. Remember, that's the horizontal line here. So here's -4. Well, they want us to find what is the y value basically when x is -4. Well, here's our ordered pair here. It's -4, 1. So this is our x and this is our y. So the y value of this point is 1. We've got just 2 more problems to do here. Here we're asked, what are the x values when y is equal to -5 for this function? Now, notice they said x values plural. And that's because when you have a quadratic, the x value actually has 2 y values. So what are the x values when y is -5? So let's come on down here to -5 right here. We have an x value here at 2, and we have an x value here at 10. So this ordered pair would be 2, negative 5. Here is x and here is y. And this ordered pair would be 10, negative 5. So the two answers here for x would be negative 2 and positive 10. Let's look at our final problem before we jump over to IXL and kind of do these live. We've got, what is the output of this function when the when the input is negative 4? Now remember, output means y, or the value of y. Input means the value of x. So they're really asking us, when x is negative 4, what is y? So let's go over here to negative 4. And once we're here at negative 4, we're going to try and find our y value. So actually we have 2. No, we only have 1, sorry. X is negative 4 right here, so this would be negative 5. So this ordered pair would be negative 4, negative 5. And so our y value is negative 5. So that's how you would do that. I just wanted to take some time and do it on paper with you before I actually jumped over here to IXL. But let's go ahead and do that now. So it says plot the point on this function with the x value of 7. So remember, x is here on the horizontal axis, so we're going to find 7. Then from here, we're going to go up until we hit the graph. We're going to go up till we hit the linear function. We hit the linear function at 7, so we're going to put 7 here and hit enter. Oh, I forgot to plot the point. I'm so glad IXL gives you a chance to fix it. Okay, so I'm supposed to plot the point there and then hit enter. All right, here's our next question. We're asked, plot the point on this function with a y value of 5. So y, our y-axis is here. Here is 5. And we're going to go over until we hit the linear function, which is here. Well, the x value is 3. So let me plot my point here and put in 3. Here we're asked, plot the point on this function with the x value of 7. So on our horizontal axis here, which is the x-axis, we're going to come to 7. We're going to go up until we hit the graph, which is this little blue part right here. Put our point, and notice that our y value is positive 3. Plot the point on this function with an x value of 6. So again, we come along the x-axis, we get to 6. Then we're going to take our cursor and go all the way up until we hit the quadratic function. And we hit it right here at positive 9. We're asked here to plot the point on this function with an x value of 10. So again, we go along the horizontal axis, we get to 10. We take our cursor up until we hit the function at 4. So the y value is 4. Plot the point on this function with an x value of 10. So again, we come over to x value of 10, and then we take our cursor until we hit the linear function, which is the drawn figure, and it hits at negative 9. Now, oh my goodness, plot the point on this function with a y value of 1. So this time we're going to go along the y-axis. We're going to find 1, which is right here. Go across until you hit the quadratic function, which is right here at 3. So x is 3 when y is 1. Did I not plot the point? I didn't plot the point. There we go. Plot the point on this function with a y value of -1. So y equals -1 is right here. We're going to go to the right until we hit the linear function, which is the green line, and it's at 5. So our x value would be 5, and I forgot to plot it again. There we go. What is the x value when y equals 1 for this function? Notice this time they're not asking us to plot anything. We're simply giving an ordered pair, or a portion of the ordered pair, the x value in the ordered pair, that is. So when y is 1, we're going to go up here. This is y equals 1. So we're going to go to the left until we hit the graph, which is the purple linear drawn figure, and the x value is -5. What is the y value of the function when x is equal to 2? So we're going to come over here to 2, and we're going to take our cursor and go on up till we hit the drawn portion, which is the graph, and that is 4. What is the input of this function? Let me try again. Read better. What input of this function has an output of 3? So remember, input is your x-axis, output is your y-axis. So really, you could turn this question around and you could say, when I have a y value of 3, what is my x value? Well, my x value would be 1. What is the output of this function when the input is -10? So again, you could turn it around if you need to and say, when x is -10, what is y? So here we go. We're going to go along our vertical axis here, which is the x-axis. We get to -10. We're going to take our cursor and go all the way up until we hit the graph, and we hit the graph at y equals 5, or the output equals 5. What input of this function what inputs? Notice, plural, that means there's more than one x value of this function do we have for the output of 1? So what we're saying here is, what are the x values when the y value is 1? So let's go up to 1, and notice you have a point here and you have a point here. So the answer to this would be, when I have an output of 1, a y value of 1, my x's are 0, because I'm right here. Well, yeah, you could do it this way. 0, and then -3. Now, generally, we like to turn these around, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, when y is 1, x is -3, because we generally read graphs from left to right. That's why I'm changing it. It probably wouldn't be wrong as far as IXL is concerned if you did it the other way. But I do want to keep with convention. And then we have, what is the output, meaning what is the y of this function when the input is -3? So we know that input means x, the x value, so we're going to go over to -3 on the x-axis, go down until we hit the graph at -4, which means the output is -4. Yes, I looked at this, I was like, what? The output is -4 when the input is -3. Alrighty, I've gone ahead and taken you up to 81. Keep going. You can make it to 100. If you don't, remember our standard is 80 or above. Have a good one. Bye-bye.